So lately I've been craving bread, and the last thing I will ever do is buy bread at 60 shillings. 60 shillings, it's not worth it. So I'll show you how to make some bread. And me here, I have my ingredients. I have some all-purpose flour, ile unga ya chapati. I have some warm water. I have some sugar, some salt, some margarine, but you can also use butter, and some yeast. And without further ado, let's get started. So the other day, I recently was craving bread again, and then I decided to try out some bread, and I realized that I do not have any eggs, or neither do I have any milk, and I'm used to making some milk bread. So I decided to try out something new and make bread without those two, the eggs and the milk, and it turned out fine. So I do not know whether we can call this water bread, or what do we have to call this, but I'm pretty sure you're going to love it once you try it out. So I've added about half a teaspoon of some yeast, and I'm using the instant yeast. Then I'm going to add about 3 pinches of sugar. You can totally add more, and by the way, I'm using about 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And the beauty about this recipe is that for any recipe that I do not give the exact quantities, you can feel free to adjust accordingly. You can either add more flour if you want a bigger bread, you can add more sugar if at all you want it sweeter, yeah. So I'm going to mix all my dry ingredients, then I'll set this aside. Then let's start kneading our dough. And for the water, it should be warm, not hot, because you're using some yeast, and yeast is a live being, so you do not want to kill it by using very, very hot water. So to know the temperature of your water, ukiingiza hivi, you shouldn't feel like umeingiza your kidole in anything. It just feels neutral, it's lukewarm. And the beauty about this recipe is how simple it is. As you can see, you do not need to spend 60 shillings on bread. That should be enough. Then I'll place it on the surface and knead it. So at this point, our dough is still sticky, and I'll go in with about a spoon of margarine. Then I'm going to combine this till everything is well mixed together. Then to my container, I'm going to spread some margarine. You can also use some oil for this process, and this helps ndivyo bread as it is rising, it doesn't stick to the container. So I'll add some little bit of oil, kiasi tu, just to make it slippery. You can see our dough is very light and stretchy, so that's how we want it. Then after forming such a ball, I'm going to percuss a little bit of the mafuta. Then I'll place it there. Then I'll cover it. You can also use a cling film to cover it. And then we are going to put it in a warm place in the kitchen so that it can rise. So I'll give this about 1 hour so that it can rise. Then I'll come back and I'll show you what you need to do next. So about an hour later, you can see this has risen in size and it has risen a good one. So I'm going to punch it to release the bubbles. Oh, and look at how it deflates. This is nice. So let's proceed, and we are going to put it in our bread mold. If at all you do not have a bread mold, you can also use a sufuria or any other thing that you have. So this is what I'm going to be using, and I'll start by lining it with some margarine. You can also use oil for this process. It works just okay. And this is going to help ndivyo isikatae kutoka. Then I'm just going to do something fancy kiasi. You can just insert it as it is, but I've divided mine into 3 parts. Then I'll mold like that. So they do not have to be exactly the same size. This one feels heavier than the rest. Then I'm going to arrange them in here. So this is what we have. Then I'm going to cover this as well for the second proofing, and this can take only about 30 or 40 minutes, and that should be good to be put inside the oven. So I'll see you before I put it in the oven, and I'll tell you how you can bake it. So this is about 30 minutes later. You can see it has increased in size. And in the meantime, my oven was preheating at 165-ish to 170 degrees. And I'm going to bake this for about 30 to 40 minutes thereabout till my bread is ready. So you can see how this beautiful looks. Whoa! Looks amazing. Looks delicious. You can see imeiva all sides, looking all beautiful. While still hot, I'm going to rub the margarine on top so that it can continue looking beautiful. Then I'm going to give this a couple of hours so that it can cool down. Then I'll be back for tasting and eating. So finally, after about an hour, my bread is ready, and you can see how soft it is. And you can also see how delicious it looks. So I'm going to apply some margarine, and you can see how that easily goes through. And you can enjoy this with your favorite drink. You can have this for tea, but let me just have a taste test. Wow. Wow. This is so good. So tell me why you will spend 60 shillings to buy some bread, while you can just make it with only 2 ingredients. As in, you just need the flour and some water. You don't even need milk. You don't need an egg. You don't need anything fancy. This is so good. Just have to try it out. Wow. Wow. So let me show you how to pack it. Just pack it in an airtight paper bag. You can also use a Ziploc bag, and store this till you're ready to enjoy it. I'm going to have this for breakfast. Hopefully I'll have it for breakfast and not something before I sleep. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I also hope you're going to try this recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.